Purpich.
Here.
Counselor Lillis.
Here.
Counselor Rousey.
Here.
Mayor Rowan.
Here, I bring us to order. First up is our approval of minutes. Minutes for the City Council workshop meeting for January 21st of 26. Minutes of the City Council meeting January 21st of 2026. Motion to move.
So moved. Second.
Koivunen and Rousey. Any discussion at all on those? All in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Next up is approval of the agenda. Motion to move.
So move.
Support.
Perp and Lillis. Pat, want to give me a hand on the agenda changes, please?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. There were two and perhaps three agendas, but I'll just go through the two that we had discussed. One, there is a resolution to accept donations in memory of Joe Rosinka. And then there's a second item to schedule the next regular city council meeting because of the holiday of President's Day. And then finally, this was mentioned at workshop, Mayor, did you want to have a discussion about an on-site meeting at the community center? I guess I'll leave that under your direction.
Okay, so number 11, we will make that accepting the donation for Joe Rosinka. And then number 12 will be the change of our next meeting due to the holiday on the 16th. And then number 13 will be the discussion. You just want to label as discussion?
Well, unless you want to set a date, but having a meeting on site at the community center will be up to the city council under your direction. And what that date would be.
Yeah, okay, we'll make that 13. So 11 is accepting the donation memorial for Joe Rosinka. Number 12 will be the holiday change for our next meeting of the 16th, and 13 will be discussion or possible approval of a date for the council to get together at the community center to discuss some things. Okay, with those changes, do we have a motion to move?
So move.
Herb?
Support.
Koivunen. Any further discussion, additions, deletions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. We'll have nothing from the public today as there's nobody joining us, and we will move on into our consent for agenda. Any reason to separate these out? Okay.
Mayor?
Yep.
You can do them separate or together.
Yeah, I would have to abstain
Okay.
from the approval of claims, but I would not have to on the payroll.
I will separate them out. All right, a motion to approve the payroll from January 10th through the 24th of 26.
So moved.
Rousey and Purpich. Any discussion on that? All in favor of approving that payroll, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We pay our people. Next up is approval of claims for January of 2026. Motion to move.
So move.
Purpich.
Support.
Rousey. Any discussion all on the approval of claims? All in favor then say aye. Aye. Abstain?
Abstain.
1. Motion carries. Thank you. Next up, we'll jump right into new business. If anybody's got their items at home, feel free to flip through with us. Like I say, we have a couple going on. We're removing number 2 as well. Is that correct?
We are, Mayor, and I should have mentioned that to you. I
Yeah.
apologize.
Just, that one just clicked. So number 2 is going to be removed in that one. So we'll start off then with accepting a donation from Bonnie McDowell to the K-9 unit. Motion to move.
So moved. Support.
Koivunen and Lillis. All right, discussion.
She donates every year, which is very nice of her, so I'd just like to thank her very much.
I'd like to thank Bonnie for taking the time and the energy and of course her personal funds to donate to our K-9 unit here in Eveleth. We appreciate you taking the time and your funds to do that for us. It means a lot to us. With that being stated, we will get a thank you card out. Anything further? All in favor of approving, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you again, Bonnie. Next up, we're skipping number 2. As that is not needed any longer, we'll be jumping to number 3. Accept the resignation of Jared Montgomery from the Eveleth Ambulance Service. Motion to move.
So move.
Koivunen. Any discussion?
Mayor, can I say something?
Yeah.
I may have, and this falls completely on me, so I do apologize. As I understand it, it is Austin Miller that we are accepting the resignation of. And that, so we need to take action on that, but it is number 3 that we are not, that we are removing. So did I want to make sure I missed something and.
We're backwards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I apologize. It came to us late in the day and we were changing it. So, so we'll need to maybe go back and just, well, we could ignore the number 2, of course, on the action, but, and I'm sorry, the number 3, but the 2 can stay as is. So
Okay.
I do apologize.
All right. All right, so we're gonna go back to 2. Number 3 is not happening. So number 2, accept the resignation of Austin Miller from the Eveleth Fire Department. Motion to move.
So moved.
Rousey,
Support.
Koivunen. Any discussion at all?
Letter of thanks. Very, very good kid.
Yeah, put in some decent time in.
You know, he's done an excellent job. He's moving on for his career and, you know, wish him all the best and thank him for his years of service we got.
Wonderful. Anything further? Austin, thank you very much for all of your time and effort and everything you've done for the city of Eveleth. It's greatly appreciated. I wish you the best of luck as you move forward. If there's nothing further, all in favor of accepting the resignation for Austin Miller, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. We'll then be skipping number 3.
Hey, Mayor?
Yes.
On number 4, I have to abstain.
Okay, we'll let that slide this time.
Okay.
Your name.
It's not too often that you do that, so.
No, I don't pull a John.
Yeah, you're not John.
So just one question about that one, so we are not taking action because that individual is staying on the service?
That person, and this is Mr. Montgomery, submitted a letter of resignation, and then I received a communication from the EMS supervisor late today that he's asked to withdraw that.
Oh.
And his interest is, maybe it's best I don't say, but he does feel he has something still to offer in that current position, no
Oh,
matter what, depending on what the EMS supervisor is looking for.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Great news. All right, so it brings us to number 4, if you're following along at home. Approve Alice location land licenses for Altabelli and Peterson Construction, Slee Sportsman's Bar Incorporated, and OSI Environmental Inc. Motion to move.
So move.
Purpich and Rousey. Any discussion?
Could I offer something here, Mayor?
Absolutely.
I just want to make sure in the memo everyone realizes we are allowing those candidates till March 1st to pay that lease. That's a little later than usual, but we got it out when we could. And so at the end of the day, we'll certainly communicate that to them after this is approved.
Wonderful. Any further discussion on that at all? No?
It's something we've done pretty much
Each and every year?
each and every year, so.
Yeah, it might be something that changes up a little bit in the future as we move forward in that location, but for now, we are operating the same as we have been. So, if no further discussion, all in favor of approving this Alice location land licenses for the ones that we listed, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed and abstaining? 1. All right, next up. Number 5, consider authorizing city engineer to proceed with design services for the Station 44 lift station and addition design services. Motion to move.
So moved.
Lillis,
Support.
Purpich. Any discussion here at all? For the people at home, do you mind taking a moment, either Jerry or Alan, and talk for what exactly is going on in layman's terms for everybody?
I can talk. Okay. Sure, so the new Progress Parkway being designed by St. Louis County is on track to be done later this year, and that is going to impact that Station 44 lift station, that it needs to be relocated from its current spot nearby. And the city is looking to also then add a generator and increase the capacity for a future business park when and if St. Louis County builds the new Progress Parkway roadway. It'll open up city lands adjacent for development. So that's what this proposal would be for, is the relocation of just that lift station.
Wonderful. Nothing that's urgent, just something we need to do as we move forward with the progression of Progress Parkway and all the roadway works that we're doing out there. Any further discussion or words you'd like to add, Council? No? With that being said, all in favor of authorizing the engineer to proceed with this design service, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Next up, number 6, consider purchase of Sulzer 5-horsepower pump for the holding pond return. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Koivunen and Purpich. Any discussion at all? Jared, go ahead.
This is something that this pops up about once every other year, one of our pumps goes. And it's just something that we should not mess around with. We should just put a new one there and consider it business as usual, because it does happen and we have a lot of things going through there.
We are, Jerry, correct me if I'm wrong, aren't we doing some work there this year?
Not this year. In a year or two, we will be constructing a bigger holding pond.
Yeah, but
So it will be additional, there'll be some additional pumps also. But this year, we're not.
okay, I thought we were planning on doing some work to the building and everything down there.
We are, but that's still in prelim stages.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of funny because we seem like, I think last year, 2 years ago, West Eveleth, we went through a pump or two. You know, so I mean, we have to have them for do business.
Yeah.
The only question I had, Jerry, and when I saw the cost of the pumps at $12,000, I mean, the price is what it is. Do we get these ever rebuilt where we have an extra one on the shelf that's been rebuilt and we're confident behind it? Or is it a forced, you have to buy a new one each time?
We have had many pumps rebuilt. Some of them just can't, right? And some of them are just shot. This is one of those type pumps that are just, it can be rebuilt, it's just shot. So we don't have extra ones sitting on the shelf or anything. So usually, that's why we usually run 2 pumps and everything. When one breaks, we can use, have time to get another one.
Okay.
So, and that's this case, and this is for a holding pond. Whenever we get high flows, we divert the water out to that holding pond, and then when we get time and the water starts subsiding, we can pump it back into our clarifier and get it cleaned up and sent back over.
Gotcha. I was hoping you were going to tell me, of course we can get that rebuilt. You're so smart, Adam, why didn't anybody else think of that?
No,
But
for
that's
$11,000, we can rebuild it.
And like I
Yeah.
said, we have rebuilt some pumps, but
Okay.
this one is not rebuilt.
fair. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions or discussion regarding this pump?
He did end his memorandum with the sentence, "I don't care for too much."
Yeah, not.
Yeah, this was not budgeted. Thank God there's not 5 zeros. Sorry.
Nope, you're right. I often wondered why, but I have my faith in the system. With that being stated, any further conversation, discussion regarding that pump? All in favor of purchasing this 5-horsepower pump for the holding pond return, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion will carry. Next up is approve the City of Eveleth data practice policy. Motion to move.
So moved. Support.
Rousey and Lillis. All right. Earlier today, we just received the final data practice policy at our workshop and reviewed it. We went over some things that'll be available, obviously, to the public shortly after our meeting later on this week, I should say, for people to see if they want. Is this something that we're able to put right on the website then?
Correct, it'll be on tomorrow, yes.
Wonderful. So please take a look at it. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to City Hall, but the direction that we need to go on this. Is there anything further that anybody else would like to discuss or talk about?
When you say the website, are you saying the new Facebook page?
I wasn't talking about Facebook, Joe.
Oh, okay, I was just
I know
wondering.
that's your go-to,
Just wondering if it was gonna be on there.
but perhaps they post on Facebook that there's a new data practice policy on the website. That could be a
Okay.
thing. But something that I'm glad that we're finally tackling and getting it on the books.
Yes.
So if there's no further discussion, we'll go with all in favor of approving and accepting the City of Eveleth data practice policy as spoken about earlier, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion will carry. All right. Next up is authorized responses to Progress Parkway action items. Motion to move.
So moved.
Support.
Coivinon and Purpich. Do you just want to make a list of verbally of what each item was? Do we just want to go down the line just so that we're all on the same page of which ones we're pushing through right now, please?
Yep, it's in the agenda, but we're happy to go through those again. And again, I'd probably defer, since he did such a good job during workshop, have Alan do a quick summary, if that's okay, Mayor?
Yeah, if you just so that people at home understand what ones we're talking about right now, and of course, if anybody has any questions, feel free to call down to City Hall and we can do our best to give you the layman's version too.
Okay, so I'll run through it. There was 4 items St. Louis County was looking for action on. One of them was trail lighting along the new Progress Parkway corridor. The city was looking at doing more trail side type lighting rather than street lighting, so it'd be smaller type light poles along the trail corridor. And then also some pads along this trail corridor for future benches, which was discussed. The next item we acted on, which was the lift station proposal. And we're working toward a concept for building pad layouts along this corridor. We'll have some information that we can share with the county and the city in March. And do we want to have the road corridor next to Super 8 be a road or utility easement? It's been discussed in the past at the council level. I think the consensus at the workshop was to have it as a road corridor, but we don't have the funds to turn it into a road corridor at this time. So I think that summarizes the vast majority of what was talked about.
That's what I have, is the trail lighting, the concrete pads, the wetlands concept, and the possible road corridor working with. So that is the items that we'll be working on as far as what we'll be voting on moving forward with the county with the Progress Parkway project. Too many P's and all that, but that's the direction we're headed. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to discuss on this matter? Anything they'd like to bring up? If that's a no, all in favor of moving forward on these responses, say aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion will carry. One more step closer to getting a big project done, right? Alan has nothing else to do, so he's just like, give me it. Next up, number 9, authorize additional purchases, establish fees and schedules for the community center. Motion to move.
So move.
Purpich. Is there a second?
Second.
Let's see. Took me a second to process that.
Governor.
I heard you. With that being stated, the fees and the schedules for the community center are 2 that will not be on topic. It would just be for a few of the additional purchases that have come up, which is working with Keenan's TV and appliance, and a few other small things that kind of equal, I would say, under $1,000. They're just small pieces of things that are taken care of, carpets and whatnot. We are gonna forego some of these larger items that have popped up that we found while this is being worked on so that we can see the usage of the building first before we put far too much money into it. And if there's a good turnout and people are using the facility, then maybe next fall or something like that, we can look at some of these bigger purchases. So at the end of the day, the appliances and the additional purchases are going to be under $2,500. So if it's approved at $2,500, that number then would all be covered.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we authorize staff to make necessary additional purchases to an amount not to exceed $5,000.
You know what? I'll support that.
All right. Brian and then Koivunen at 5,000, which will just help from the next time there's a $1,200 need to, it'll just be covered within this. So we'll get all those into Pat's hands and Pat can get those that need to be paid. Is there any further discussion regarding that? We will get the establishing the fees and hopefully the scheduling for the community center more specific at our next meeting, as we can talk about it at our next workshop. So with that being stated, all in favor of accepting the additional purchase up to $5,000, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Do we go to number 10 now, Pat? Or do we finish everything else up, go to 10 so that those that don't need to be here can go home?
I would recommend that, Mayor.
So
and you
we'll
can
go to
save
11,
10 to
12,
the-
and 13.
Exactly. You could
Okay.
even go through K and L if you want to.
I will do all of
Yeah,
that,
very
yep.
good.
So, accepting the donation for Joe Rosinka, motion to move.
So moved.
Koivunen,
Support.
Lillis. Any discussion? Thank you very much to Bill and Kathleen for your donation and memorial for Joe Rosinka. We'll utilize those funds for something that will fit well for the community to enjoy something else going on. We'll get a thank you note out to Bill and Kathleen and go from there. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of accepting this donation, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you again. Next up is changing the date for our next meeting from the holiday of the 16th to something else. Motion to move for this discussion.
So moved.
Koivunen and Rosie. So our next one comes up on President's Day. My recommendation for what might work would be going with the 17th, but going to a time starting at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for the workshop, and then roll in at 3 o'clock for our actual meeting. I apologize, I didn't even think twice about having a meeting unable on the 16th, and I absolutely packed my entire week. So I apologize, I didn't even cross my mind. But if we go earlier in the day that day, I can get to where other obligations that I had already made. So if that works okay for the rest of the council, otherwise we can talk about other days and times as well.
I'm in.
You want that in the form of a motion, Mayor?
We can do that.
So moved.
Support.
Lillis and Purpich for moving the meeting from the holiday date of the 16th to the 17th of February. 1 o'clock would be workshop, 3 o'clock will be our stated meeting. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion will carry. We'll meet on the 17th next. Then after that, we'll have our town hall on the 25th, so keep that in mind too. Everybody at home, we'll be at the auditorium on the 25th to go over some things that we've been working on, kind of catch you up on questions that you might have, and introduce you maybe to something new. I'm not really sure. All depends on how many questions you've been asking. Number 13, discussion for a date for the meeting for the council to be able to get together. If the 5 of us are to ever convene, we have to post that Not that we're gonna have a meeting, we're not voting on anything, we're really not talking about anything outside of just getting together to go through the community center, see where things are at, understand what we're doing, and all be on the same page so that when we look forward to the grand opening in March sometime, that everybody has seen it and is on the same page. So we have to post and state that we're all gonna be together. With that being stated, is there a time that works well for this group? It can be any time on any day.
I personally would like to do that before we have our town hall, if you don't mind.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
So with that being stated, gives us lots of time, I guess.
I think we just have to pick a day and
Go,
maybe afternoon.
go with it. I think if it's in the afternoon, it works for the most part.
What's good for you? I mean,
Yeah, if,
afternoon's good for me, early, doesn't matter.
Just so it's not the 12th.
you're not going to Hawaii anytime, Herb?
Don't
Or
tempt me.
Barbados?
I don't know, I keep getting these double, triple zeros from Jerry, I might just leave.
Wow. Take us all with you, we'll just announce it. If nobody has anything that's glaring on their schedule, I mean, we can look at, we can either go with the 20th or the 23rd, I guess. It'll allow us to be in there before the town hall, and it will give still the rest of the stuff that needs to come in, time to come in, hopefully. Friday or Monday?
I'm good on either day.
I think I'm good.
I'm lifeless.
Oh, boy. So we gotta ask the party animal for pitch.
What day, what day did you want?
Either Friday the 20th or Monday the 23rd.
I'll go with Monday the 23rd. I'd be okay with that.
Okay. We can do Monday the 23rd. You just wanna do 11 in the morning? Does that work for everybody?
Works good by me.
Get in, get out?
What time?
We'll go with 11 o'clock on the 23rd, and it will be at the community center. All right, with that being stated, is there any further discussion regarding that? You'll get that posted for us, Pat, so we are in compliance. No further discussion, everybody in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? That motion will carry. We'll jump into, what? Oh, boy.
I'll make the motion.
You know, it's been like 3 meetings since you messed up on that. We have motion by Rousey. Do we have a second?
Yeah, taken care of.
With motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion will carry. Thank you very much, Steph, appreciate it.
She keeps us out of jail too.
She's doing her thing, I like it. All right, next up, we have our board and liaison updates. We'll start on this side today. What do you have on your mind? Have you been visiting any meetings?
We had a HRA meeting, I think.
Yeah, I think we reported on that one last
It was
week. And we had EDA meetings.
reorganizational, but basically I got railroaded into chairmanship again. And all of that good stuff.
He was even there at the meeting.
Yeah, and I was there and I still got railroaded. It wasn't even short straw, there was no choice, I was just determined. But business is going on as usual, we're waiting for the spring to get our sprucing up starting, our big windfall that we got to make the place nice again, so. Other than that, not too much, we did have a EDA meeting too, but I'll let my counterpart handle that. And
Yeah.
you make sure he does it right, because you were there too.
Yeah, we had kind of a somewhat of an organizational meeting for EDA. I was quite pleased. Our director, Pat, put some action items on the agenda that we're going to be moving forward on this year that's going to be a little bit more exciting for us than some years past, but suffice to say that, you know, one of the biggest items that we're working on currently and into the next few months is going to be the establishment of the local grocery store. So we're going to be meeting regularly, and that's going to be the topic of conversation at each and every meeting. So hopefully within the next couple of months, we'll be able to give an update on what we envision, you know, some sort of timeline that we might envision things happening, whether it be real accurate or just a best guess thing. But so with that, I guess I will move on to the next individual.
Let's have the weather report on Maui.
Yeah, I wasn't on Maui. I'm sorry. We didn't have we had an airport meeting before, and Joe already alluded to that. We haven't had a park board meeting. So, no, I'm sorry to say I haven't had any new information for you guys. So.
Me?
You're up.
We had a rock board meeting, nothing new there, same business as usual. Things break down, you fix them. Get a leak, you fix it. It's all the same. They had a lot of good things for the big curling thing they had here. Otherwise, that's about all I got.
I attended the VEDA meeting back in mid-January roughly, and that's down in Virginia. It every year rolls from which city hosts it and has the control more or less, meaning more votes, and we're in Virginia now for this coming year. And there was just a lot of positive conversation about VEDA and the direction that it's looking to go over the next year to 2 years. VEDA is down to owning one building. That one building is owned in Progress Parkway currently, and there's a lot of different options. The only resident or tenant, excuse me, that we had within there recently moved, not for any reason to us or Virginia, but for their own business, they needed to move closer to Duluth. So the building is now vacant. So there's a lot of conversation about that, and they also have land, they being VEDA has land that the county needs in order to finish their project for the new Progress Parkway roundabout. And if you weren't aware that off the roundabout on Highway 53, as you go towards Rockridge School, there'll be another roundabout. So if that's something that has your mind perplexed a little bit, you can look for some of those meetings that might be out there to talk about. I don't recall, Pat, do you remember the dates on it? I don't mean to put you on the spot. Why would you know that?
Was the last, meeting.
It was just a random date, and I can't remember what it was, but it's something that we can try to get posted to.
Sure.
But they need more land in order to finish up that project, so that was on the topic there. And then we also had, I spent 3 days straight pretty much with the CDBG, and my favorite part of the CDBG is listening to people say CDBG. Putting 4 letters together super quick. I don't know why. I sometimes I know that it's immature, but it really made for a long 3 days to be a little bit more fun. But the CDBG is a great group of people, community leaders from as far north as Ely, et cetera, all the way down into the Duluth Proctor area. They have a slew of funds that they receive every single year, and with those funds, different cities and organizations, et cetera, can ask for grants to help with projects they have going on that fit in different criteria. They help out things with like AEOA, infrastructure, different things along those lines. And this year they gave a little over $1 million to these different groups. And Jerry took the time to fill out a grant this year, so the city of Eveleth did receive some money on that grant, so that's great. It really opened my eyes to a lot of the things that people do request money for. It's not just for the small thing, or it's not just for the big things, excuse me, it's for some small things too, where people aren't looking for a lot, but it helps. So I spent 3 days there and learned a lot. So it was definitely well worth it. Look forward to it actually next year and seeing a little bit more Eveleth on those grant applications than just the one. But thank you, Jerry, for taking the time to fill that one out. The people of West Eveleth and getting their infrastructure work will greatly appreciate that as well. So that is kind of what my big things were on my list. I had a few other meetings that unfortunately they're all on top of each other. It's kind of weird. But tomorrow I have a mayor's meeting and I look forward to that because I learn a lot at each mayor's meeting with the Rams group. So that's what I was doing. I will hand it over to you, Jerry. Anything on your mind that you'd like to share?
We're working on a water break up in the A Avenue block down by Summit and Southport. We're chasing the break right now. We're trying to pound through the frost. So it'll be a while, so I hope people will be patient and we're working on it. So as soon as we find where the break is, we'll get it taken care of. But when you're pounding through 5 feet of frost, it takes a while.
And anybody that knew that before that was just announced, that's probably because they saw it on Facebook. Our Facebook page is up and running. Staff here in town, absolutely amazing. Heard the request from the council at a workshop and within a few weeks said we can get this going. So thank you very much to the staff to get this going. Thank you very much for Pat for having staff take the time to do it. And we look forward to be able to utilize Facebook to give information to the community. At this point, it's not set up for the community to give feedback back. We're gonna try to take this all in to how much we can handle and what one person can do. But for situations like what Jerry just stated is having a water line issue, we can get that on Facebook. Well, we're talking about by having the town hall on the 25th, that's able to be on Facebook. So we're able to get a lot of things out there in one more way. So if you see it, the city of Eveleth, share it with your friends so that everybody can see what we have going on. So another well-tackled event for us with Facebook. Chief, anything on your mind?
No, sir.
Alan, you've had a lot of screen time today.
I've pretty much covered everything.
You got it all.
Yeah, he's talked out.
He's got it all.
He's all done.
Perfect. Steph, anything on your mind? All right. Pat, anything on your mind?
Just a couple things. The OEMS grant that you approved by resolution at the last city council meeting, we did get the contract for us, so we're gonna sign it since it passed the resolution. At the next workshop, we'll discuss what we'd like to use the funds for. The initial thought was to bring the salaries up for the EMSP or EMTPs. But again, we'll discuss that at work direction and get some direction for you to bring to the city council meeting that same day. We started our relationship with Abdo. Of course, they're doing our audit for us, but you did give permission to sign a contract to get some additional consultant support. We've been meeting with them and we have been able to, working with them, get all our documents sent to the state and St. Louis County and get those on schedule. Finally, the Brownsfield, I think I submitted this to you in an email but for public input and transparency, we did submit the Alice Business Park, that location, as our primary for the Brownsfield grant. And so we did submit that to ARDC with the appropriate paperwork, and I guess we'll stay tuned and see what happens.
Sounds good. Does anybody feel as though we need another workshop before we have our workshop before the meeting on the 17th? Feel okay? Okay.
Pressing, is there?
Not, if anything becomes pressing, all we can do is have Pat reach out and go from there. But if there's nothing at this moment, then we'll be good with the 17th as our next one.
17.
With that being stated, then we'll close up shop here and move on into our city council to enter our closed session per 13D.05 subdivision 3C3 to develop or consider offers or counter offers for the purchase or sale of real estate personal property parcel 44.
So
Is there
moved.
anything else moving?
So moved.
Motion to move by Lillis, support by Rosie. With that being said, thank you very much, Eveleth. We appreciate everything that you do and our understanding as we get things done. And we hope to see you very soon at our next meeting on the 17th and our town hall on the 25th. Don't forget the wilderness, their season's coming to an end. We will call this closed.